21 through 23 are all exponent properties. We're simplifying. So for this first one, what you should always do is a good idea is just to rewrite your coefficients and your exponents. I like to put the coefficients, the numbers out front. So 2 times 3 would go first, and then x squared times x squared would go next. But I'm just going to break it down because x squared is actually x times x, and then this x squared is also x times x. So I'm completely decomposing it. On the bottom here, I put the 2 first, then I've got the 2, and then I've got 3x's there, 3x's there, so that would be 6x's altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when we have a fraction like this, if we have the same thing in numerator and denominator, top part of the fraction, bottom part of the fraction, we can cancel them out. So like we can cancel out the 2's to make 1. We can cancel out 4 of the x's. So what we're left with is a 3 on top, 2 x's on the bottom, so that would be x squared on the bottom because x times x is x squared. That's that, so our answer would be C. All right, for 22, you could look at this a couple of different ways. That's saying 2 times x to the 4th times y to the negative third 4 times. So you can write it out 4 times and then kind of do the same thing I did here. But part of the problem here is there's a negative exponent right there, y to the negative third. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm just going to use one of the rules we learned, which was we're just going to raise everything inside here to the 4th power. So 2 to the 4th power would go first. So 2 to the 4th times x to the 4th to the 4th. Think of that as there's 4 times. So 4, 8, 12, 16. So x to the 16th power. You're just multiplying 4 times 4. And then y to the negative third 4 times, well, negative 3, negative 6, negative 9, negative 12. So this would be times y to the negative 12. Remember, what a negative exponent is saying is it's saying it's y to the 12th, but the negative is telling us, but that's in the denominator. So I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to put that y to the 12th in the denominator. When you put it in the denominator, it takes on a positive because this is, the negative is just indicating, well, it was in the numerator, but now it's got to go to the denominator. 2 to the 4th, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So we get 16 and then x to the 16th. So that looks like the most simple it can get. And our answer is A. 16 times x to the 16th over y to the 12th. Last one here. Y to the third over 2x squared to the third. So I'm going to actually decompose this so I can show you kind of what I meant on this one. So y to the third on top. And this is saying 2y squared 3 times. 2y squared 3 times would be 2y squared times 2y squared times 2y squared. Kind of like I did over here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to completely decompose the top and the bottom. So I'm going to do y times y times y in the top. That's my y to the third. I'm going to put my 3 2's, 2 times 2 times 2 in the front. And then I've got 2 y's, 2 y's, and 2 y's. That's 2, 4, 6. 6 y's altogether in the denominator. All right, so there we have our numerator and denominator. We can cancel out 1 y there, there, and there. So we cancel everything out in the top. It's not 0 though, because if it was 0, it would be 0 divided by that would be nothing. But there's still stuff on the bottom. Remember, this is like we're multiplying that times 1. Because anything times 1 is just itself. So we have 1 in the numerator. We've got 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8 in the denominator. And then y times y times y makes y to the third. So let's see. That would be C, our answer. C for this one. 1 over 8 times y to the third.